And look at that, now it's come to life. Yeah, it's too brilliant for your eyeballs, isn't it, sir?
Hey guys, welcome or perhaps welcome back to the channel. It's Kumi here, and today we are going to be diving into more Sparks of Tomorrow. This is episode 3 entitled Their Dream, and I am so excited for this episode because in episode 2, while I was editing the video, I just had this like moment of realization where I was like, oh my god, Mizoe, I'm pretty sure, is the same guy with the like kind of straight bangs from episode 1. I'm like 95% sure of this theory, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be confirmed in this episode. You know, like I'm really wondering if this is going to be the episode where they reveal it, because there's just so many coincidences between them. Like, they both wear the white gloves, they have the same colored eyes, and then at the beginning of episode 2, we see the guy with the straight bangs, like, drop down to the ground, and his hair turns white, and then he reaches out his gloved hand, and it's Mizoe who grabs the gloved hand with his gloved hands, and Mizoe also has white hair, so, like, I just feel like there's too many coincidences for them to not be the same person, and I'm really curious if that is going to get confirmed in this episode, and I also can't wait to see how that wound up happening, because that kid with the straight bangs, I mean, his personality was so different. He seemed so kind of like shy and reserved and quiet, and now we've seen Mizoe, who is just like totally out there and wild and like kind of a little bit crazy, and his style has changed so much. Like, the man is always cheeked up in the tight clothes, like rocking the boots, you know, he's so different now, and I really hope that we'll get more insight and perspective on that. But anyways, we are going to start it up in just a moment, but as always, just a reminder, I do have Patreon. For just $5, you can get early access to the full uncut versions of all of my reactions, as well as some other perks, and it does also go quite a long way in terms of supporting me as a creator, so if you're curious about that, check out the link down below in the video description. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on into episode 3 of Sparks of Tomorrow.
Ooh. Is this a flashback? This is not. Oh, okay, yup. Seiroku and Kihachi. Oh! Oh my god. Scared the crap out of him. Aww. A request. Okay. The electrical catalog, and it's just all of his doodlings. Just in case I... Oh. Ah. Please don't actually be dead. Let's make everything in the catalog. Oh, he couldn't even put the idea into Kihachi's head of him dying. Ooh! Some sparks. Some very pretty sparks. What's written in it? Oh! It's a secret. And this is, okay, I feel like it's all but confirmed, because that is exactly the image that Mizoe thought back on, like in episode 2 when Kihachi dropped the electrical catalog and you saw Mizoe looking at it. That's literally the exact image of Seiroku that he thought of, so I feel like that confirms it right there. And then of course Kengo had some flashbacks as well, which made it seem kind of like Seiroku died, but like I'm still holding out hope, even though I feel like it's kind of just wishful thinking at this point, because in the ED Seiroku's also surrounded by spider lilies, which usually represent death, so I feel like he's probably dead. But like, no, he's alive. He's alive. He's alive! He's gotta be. Please. Dang. Oh. Well, there you go. Yosuke, okay. Yep, there you go. The age of electricity. Dang! Told Kihachi the same thing that he told Yosuke. But wow, his personality changed so much. Wow. It's not, though. It's not. The irony is that, like, Yosuke believed so much in Seiroku, but Seiroku believed in Kihachi, and then Kihachi doesn't believe in himself, but Inako believes in Kihachi, so... Uh-huh. Nope. Seiroku believed in Kihachi's brilliance. Don't you dare rip it up! Do not! No! Do not rip it up! I swear to God. Seiroku believed in that! It does. You just don't realize it. Oh! Thank you, Inako! Oh my god. Fuck off. Thank you! Just like Seiroku did. Seiroku believed in him too. Yes, girl. Oh, I love her. And it's so certain too. She says it with so much certainty, like she really believes in it. Yeah, get out of here, honestly. Yeah, he will. Yeah, good. Get out of here and fuck off our catalog. Don't talk to her like that. She's not marrying you. We're not letting her marry you. Yo, shut up, Dad. Can everyone just literally F off my boy? Wait, what? Hand him over to the police? What? I feel like he's not gonna actually do that, right? Do you not recognize? Didn't he? Huh. Did he not really know them that well? Like, I'm surprised. I mean, obviously, Yosuke slash Mizoe has changed a lot, but I feel like Kengo still looks pretty similar. Although, I mean, in fairness, like, I didn't realize that Kengo was the guy in episode 1. Like, I feel like Yosuke's design was so much more distinct that Kengo just kind of blended into the background, but I feel like that was intentional because then it like makes it harder to connect the dots of like Yosuke being like the current Yosuke that went anyways. Oh? Oh, are these her friends? Yeah, what are they here for, I wonder? Suzu. Kate! They saw that. My girl just whipped out the freaking like telescope. Yeah, is she okay? Hospitalized? For what? How come? Was she hospitalized at the park? Are we about to have a park date? Oh my god. Ladies, please. He is not the catch that you think he is. Required a connection. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I wonder how he's gonna feel now that he realizes. Or like, again, obviously Seiroku believed in Kihachi, but Yosuke doesn't realize that, and I wonder like what he's gonna do now that he's seen this catalog, and from Yosuke's perspective at least, it's worthless, and he thinks that Seiroku's ideas have been like lost and that the catalog is fake. Like, what's he gonna do with that? Seems like he's kind of been living his whole life for this catalog, you know, and now at least from his perspective it's like that's gone. Oh, she actually is in the hospital. Dude, when I saw the Mizoe Park, I thought they were trying to get him to go on like a park date with her. Yo, girl, you're gonna injure yourself again, girl. She's so clumsy. Oh my god. Damn, he dove for that. Good job, Kihachi. Overprotective dad. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that too, but yeah. Yeah, that was so sweet what she said. She believes in him. Aww. I love her friends too. They're so cute. And I bet they won't think it's worthless. Dang. No, he took them very seriously. That's why he thought it was the future of the age of electricity. Oh? Wait, oh. What was that? Was that a flash of her? Was that her mom? What? Yeah, get him! Oh, dude, I love her, bro. That's my goat right there. Like her mother. Oh, what? Interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because, like, her sister had it, so... Huh. Some ash. Oh, wait, what? Is there like a secret message on it or something? Dude, Suzu is so freaking cool, man. I'm such a fan. Oh, is it like a letter from Seiroku to Kihachi? Or maybe he like interpreted his ideas and tried to make them like, tried to figure out how they would work? Aww. That makes me so happy. I love Seiroku. I really hope Seiroku's still alive, but also like something that I think is really beautiful about this whole catalog thing is I think like from Seiroku's perspective too, I think to him the age of electricity isn't just about like the technical stuff. You know, it's not just about like the engineering of electricity, it's about the ideas behind it. Like I think that is how he imagined the age of electricity, like Kihachi's ideas, like lights illuminating the street, like the moon, as Kihachi says. Like the age of electricity is as much technical as it is creative, you know? And I think that's really cool. At least that's how I interpret it. Kihachi, I'm so sorry, but he might be dead. I don't think that he... Yeah, I don't think he broke his promise on purpose. Well, you gotta read it, fam! You gotta read it to know! Is the Moon Princess. I think that's really cool, and I get it. It's the Moon Princess because Kihachi said that he wants the lights to illuminate the streets like the moon. Like, fam, if I can interpret this, I think you can interpret this. He did. 100%, dude. Yes. Yes, Inako. Tell him. Yeah, push him into the light. Yep, we're going from shadow to light. And it's cool too because electricity literally bringing light. Yes! Like, that's the age of electricity right there. Also, is he somehow related to Yosuke? Because I was just noticing they have like a similar haircut. Or at least like they used, like when Yosuke was younger. Aw, he's so shy. You'll figure it out. The filament, yes. It's the Moon Princess, yeah. Oh yeah, maybe there's like something more to it. From Bamboo, who returns to the moon. Okay. Oh! Seiroku be writing in clues, just trusting that Kihachi would figure it out. But also Seiroku, you could have just said use bamboo. I think he also maybe like, I feel like he maybe wrote it like that because he wants Kihachi to be the one to figure it out. Like he doesn't want anyone else to be able to figure it out, you know what I mean? Like he wants it to be Kihachi, who ushers in the age of electricity. Aww. Yeah, I think he very much does want to believe in his brother, for sure. Aww, her friends are so cute. The kiln is finished. Nice! Let's do it, y'all! Okay, yeah, we gotta go chop some bamboo, baby! Yo, can we have Suzu do this? I feel like Suzu would go crazy. Oh, okay, yo, okay. Nice, Kengo's got it. Oh, we are doing electricity stuff. I really don't know that much about how electricity works, but we're doing stuff. This is not my area of expertise, but that's okay. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error, I'm sure. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, dang. Let's go. Was that her mother? Okay. Did she used to... I wonder if she used to work here. Or no, she said that her mom was like making sake, right? I love this. Oh my gosh, dude. Why are more people, like, why aren't more people watching this anime, dude? It's so good. And it's KyoAni! Like, come on, man. Oh, and they're starting to make, like, the actual shape of the modern day light bulb. And I like this sequence, too, because, I mean, this is how it is. It's a lot of trial and error. And, I mean, if you're trying to usher in the frickin' age of electricity, it's gonna be even more trial and error. Oh. Hinako. From my honey. I like how he always says, my honey. Has been created, yeah! Get wrecked, Yosuke. Well, go see it for yourself, dude. I feel like he's gonna go see it. I feel like his curiosity is gonna get the better of him. They are. We're gonna show you, dude. But you had to come anyways, didn't you? But you gotta go check it out. You can't help but want to go check it out because you want the same thing. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, what do you think of that, dude? Hundreds of hours, let's go. Well, yeah, there is. Look at it. Oh. The future he sees is the future Kihachi sees. As a matter of fact. Oh my god, bro needs to chill, fam. Oh ho ho. Oh, let's go. Oh, wait, that's so sick. Wait, oh my god, what? That is so freaking cool. Excuse me? Okay, not what I was expecting, but that is so cool. It's just like... Oh, dude, I love the way this connects. It's just like in episode 1 where Kihachi like saw the string lights all lighting up, and then he had this vision of like I guess the moon. Like he had this vision of this big yellow orb kind of coming towards him. And look at that. Now it's come to life. Yeah, it's too brilliant for your eyeballs, isn't it, sir? I see he's got some feelings about that. Tell us how you really feel, Yosuke. Oh, and Kengo's, let's get it, Kengo! Pop off! It's beautiful. That is so gorgeous. Aww. Wow, yep, just like when he was young. We banished those demons with light. I feel like this is kind of his mind, like maybe he's starting to believe in himself again, you know? Yeah, we got this style again, this art style, thinking of all of the possibilities for the future. You can't deny that, man. Wait, what are you doing? What is going on? Oh, God, okay. Aww. Please don't be dead. I can't. Well, listen, man, that's just too bad, because we did it instead while you were whining about the electric catalog. Are you my big brothers? Oh, complicated feelings. I think Yosuke will join us, though, because this ED seems to imply that. Like, he'll get over himself eventually. I kind of wonder what that red book is. Like, are these and the glove? Like, I don't know if these are all just memories of Seiroku specifically, or if they're all, like, hints to the future of electricity. I actually really like this part of the ED where they're walking towards each other, because I feel like it kind of shows, I feel like, what's going on right now, where it's like Kihachi and Inako sort of believe in each other, so they're walking towards each other, but Yosuke is still stuck in the past and walking towards Seiroku, you know? I think that's how I see it, at least, and I think that's really cool, but yeah. Anyways, let's talk about it. This was a great episode. I am so sad that it seems like a lot of people are sleeping on this anime, because I have enjoyed it so much thus far, and I cannot wait to see more. And I have a lot to say about this episode, so let's get into it. So first things first, I really love these flashbacks that they do where you get to see Kihachi and Seiroku, because I feel like it really establishes just how big of a part of Kihachi's life Seiroku was, and just how much he looked up to Seiroku. You know, like, you can tell that he really admired Seiroku. You can tell just how much Seiroku's praise meant to him. And I really appreciate these little moments between them because I feel like they're just really good character building moments, you know? And it makes me even more nervous to find out what potentially might have happened to Seiroku. Like, I guess I don't have a good feeling about it, but I don't know, I'm still holding out a little bit of hope. Like, there's still a little bit of glimmer of hope, and I'm gonna hold on to it because oh man, I'm gonna be so sad for Ikihachi if Seiroku really is dead, because I mean, like, it seems like that's one of the only people he has in his life. I mean, obviously, like, now he's met Inako, and I don't think she's going anywhere, but it doesn't seem like he has parents, and it seems like Seiroku kind of raised him, so I can't imagine how he's going to feel if Seiroku is indeed dead, but I guess I'm sure that will be confirmed at some point. But yeah, this is so cute. Like, I love how much Seiroku just encouraged Kihachi's imagination, you know? And I kind of wonder, I'm thinking that maybe this happened like after the episode 1 train scene, because I feel like Kihachi seeing those string lights is kind of what inspired his creative mind, you know? And Seiroku was saying on the train in episode 1, like, I want you to think of your own ideas. And he says here, like, I just have a few more to go and then I'll be at 20, you know? So I feel like this is him sort of thinking of those unique ideas right now. And I think Seiroku is kind of like what lit that spark in him. Like, seeing those lights, I feel like it's almost like he saw a vision of the future. And I feel like we kind of see that vision come to life in this episode when we get that kind of like really unique art style again, and there's like the people, you know, holding umbrellas with lights under them, and I feel like that's sort of Kihachi's like vision for the future. They're showing us sort of his imagination, and I feel like so much of that is because Seiroku fostered that and encouraged Kihachi. So I just love these little moments between them. And then the fact that Seiroku wanted to take it with him, I kind of wonder about that. Like, I feel like partly it might have just been something that would sort of give him comforts in the middle of a very bleak situation, you know, like a piece of Kihachi with him. But I feel like there was also maybe a part of him that wanted to be able to like leave something behind to Kihachi in the event that he did die, you know. I think he wanted to kind of guide Kihachi in a way, even if he couldn't be like physically present. And I feel like he probably spent some time like interpreting Kihachi's ideas, and then I mean we see in this episode that he did leave some writing behind for Kihachi, and he left behind some little hints, you know. So I really like that. It kind of feels like he took a piece of Kihachi with him, and then Kihachi is now getting back a piece of Seiroku, you know, because Seiroku added to the notebook. And yeah, just in case and it's like he can't even put the idea in Kihachi's mind. And interestingly enough, I don't think Kihachi has considered this possibility. I think it's probably too upsetting and distressing of a possibility for Kihachi to even conceive of. So it's like he just subconsciously protects himself by saying like, oh, Seiroku never kept his promise. Seiroku didn't come back. Like, what a jerk, you know? But this makes me so sad. And he's like, oh, never mind. Like, it's fine. But and then he's trying to like, when I come back from war, let's make everything in the catalog. And I just love this because it's like this is the dream that Seiroku had, as a matter of fact. Again, it wasn't just technical, it was creative. It was Kihachi's vision of the world, I think, that Seiroku wanted to create. And I really love that concept. And I just keep hoping that he's somehow alive, man. I'm gonna be so, so, so sad if he's dead, because I also think about like how much, like, if he is dead, like, it's so sad that he'll never get to see the world that Kihachi is bringing to life, you know? Like, I would love for Seiroku to be able to see this beautiful world that Kihachi is now trying to create. I kind of hope he's maybe just like hospitalized and no one realizes it, and then he'll like come back to this amazing world of electricity, you know? That's what I'm gonna keep telling myself is gonna happen, because I don't know if I can take him being dead, to be honest. And then this whole scene, I love the way that it's written, and I really appreciate stories that reward you for paying attention to the details, because I'll go back to episode 2, but what we see here, it's the exact image that Yosuke / Mizoe sees in the last episode. And Oh, it's so interesting to see how much he's changed. Right here, like right here, he thinks of this image of Seiroku in episode 2. I'll go back to it really quickly, but that, like, for me, as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, yeah, that confirms it. That confirms everything. That remaining 5% doubt that I had was instantly confirmed here, because this is exactly what we see. But yeah, so this is the scene I was thinking of right here. So Yosuke sees this catalog, and this is the same setting. So maybe not like literally the exact same image of Seiroku, but you can see this is the same setting. Like, you can see these brick pillars right here, and it does kind of look like they're sitting on a roof. So this kind of told me like everything I needed to know to fill in that remaining 5% of uncertainty. You know, I was pretty sure after last episode, but I feel like that was kind of a nice way for them to confirm it. Because yeah, if you going back to episode 3, you can see these same brick pillars. So yep, that's the exact same setting, which is really cool. I love how they did that. I love how they did that. And I feel like it's also just kind of nice to see this scene of just Yosuke and Seiroku, because I feel like it really sort of gives you an idea of how much Seiroku must have meant to Yosuke. You know, I feel like Yosuke seemed like very kind of shy and a bit introverted and timid, and I feel like he definitely saw sort of a light in Seiroku, and I feel like Seiroku gave him a lot of hope for the world, so I feel like that's probably why he just completely latched on to this dream. And I mean, he even says, like, because I'm like this, I don't have my family's trust yet, so I guess because he's like kind of shy and awkward and not very confident, you know? So I feel like this also kind of gives you context as to, I guess, why he is the way that he is now. You know, it's because he says, like, I don't have my family's trust yet, but I'll win their trust, you know? So it's like he's trying to hold up his part of the deal. I'll win their trust enough to freely use Mizoe Firm's power, and then he made good on that promise. And interestingly enough, I feel like he's kind of similar to Kihachi in the sense that, like, I feel like both of them have been kind of waiting for Seiroku to come back, you know? Like, both of them have been wanting to fulfill their promises right here, you know, the I promise. Like, I think that they both have been hoping they'd be able to fulfill their promises to Seiroku. Uh-huh. We'll see the future together. So yeah, that's interesting. Like, in this way, like, this scene kind of parallels like that scene of young Kihachi and Seiroku, where it's like they made this promise and it was like, yeah, you know, we'll see the future together. We'll usher in the age of electricity together. And yep, and I mean, we can see the parallel right here. Let's make the 20th century the age of electricity. Same old Seiroku. Different time, but same old Seiroku. And what a cool image too, with like the light on one side and the dark on the other side. Like, that is really cool how they did that. Okay, I also want to talk about this whole scene because it's really interesting to me on multiple levels. Because, well, first, I feel like it really just kind of emphasizes just how much I think both Kihachi and Yosuke have been waiting for Seiroku. You know, like, especially Yosuke, I feel like pretty much every single thing that he has done up until this point was for the sake of fulfilling the promise that he made with Seiroku. And similarly, I think Kihachi has also kind of been waiting and hoping that Seiroku would come back, but, and this is kind of where it's interesting to me, like, in a sense, I feel like they're kind of opposites in a way, because Yosuke sort of took a different path where he became more determined and he started doing whatever he possibly could to make this dream come true. You know, he like changed his whole personality, he changed his style, he did whatever he could to earn enough trust with the Mizoe family, and now look at him, you know. Whereas Kihachi, it's like he felt so inferior to his brother that he just wasn't able to find it in himself to believe in himself, and so he just kind of was like, well, I guess the age of electricity isn't coming. So I do think it's really interesting the way that Yosuke and Kihachi's characters kind of parallel each other in some ways, but contrast each other in others. And then in this episode, we also have a contrast between like hope being restored, I think, and hope being shattered, you know, like Kihachi kind of has his hopes and dreams restored in this episode, and Yosuke kind of has his hopes and dreams crushed in this episode, which is another kind of interesting aspect of all of it. But yeah, I find that really fascinating. And even in the end of the episode, like even though Kihachi creates this like beautiful sort of electrical light bulb moon, it's like Yosuke's still having his dreams crushed because he wanted to do that with Seiroku, you know? So that's really interesting to me. Like for Kihachi, this is, oh my god, it's hope, and for Yosuke it's like despair, which is really fascinating to me. And Inako, my girl, I am so glad that she stepped in here, because I feel like we've kind of seen this throughout the series thus far. Like, Kihachi definitely has a difficult time believing in himself. So I love that Inako defended him, and I feel like it probably means so much to him to have somebody who so passionately believes in him and believes in his vision of the future, you know? Kihachi is going to make the future, the age of electricity, a reality, and there's no doubt in her mind. Like, she believes this wholeheartedly, and I think that probably means so much to Kihachi. So I really I've really enjoyed Inako's character so far, you know, like she's very interesting, and I think the whole concept of belief is quite fascinating in this anime thus far. And also look at her eyes, man, so gorgeous, just the art is gorgeous. And I also love the way that Inako is holding the notebook here, kind of like hugging it against her chest. Like it's something precious, you know? It's like that's something so precious to Kihachi, and therefore it's precious to her as well. And in some ways, I feel like Inako is so similar to Seiroku, because I feel like Seiroku always believed in Kihachi, and I think to Seiroku, those ideas were also incredibly precious, you know? And yeah, I mean, once again, it's like, look at how different he has become for the sake of this dream. Like, literally everything he is doing is because he wanted Seiroku to come back so that they could usher in the age of electricity together, you know? I actually really wonder kind of about his past and his background, because it seems like he got very attached to Seiroku, which, I mean, like, valid. Seiroku seemed like an awesome guy, but I really am curious about his family life and stuff. I mean, he did say, like, they don't trust me because I'm like this, so it kind of sounds like he maybe grew up in a family that had a lot of like rigid expectations. So maybe like Seiroku's passion for electricity and for creation, like creating something new, might have been something that like lit a spark in him. I don't know, but I'm really curious to find out more about his backstory, because I mean, yeah, he has changed so much, all for the sake of hopefully fulfilling that promise with Seiroku in his eyes. I'm also really curious. I'd love to know more about this gesture where he puts his hands on his chest, because interestingly, last episode, when we had that whole sequence in the beginning with like old Yosuke, his hair turns white, he reaches out, current Yosuke grabs the glove, and then he puts the glove like in his coat pocket, like in the inner pocket. And so I wonder, like, again, I'm like, is like one of those gloves Seiroku's gloves? Like, does he actually have a literal glove in there? Like, for a second, I was thinking when I was watching episode 2, I thought maybe it was like kind of metaphorical, you know? I thought it was sort of saying like, that's who he was then and this is who he is now. You know, I felt like it was like he is kind of grabbing hold of his past self and like hiding it away. But now I'm like, does he have a literal glove in there? Like, I'm really curious. Because yeah, if you go back to episode 2 here, you see like the hand reaches out and then current Yosuke grabs the glove and he puts it inside of his vest pocket. Actually, I thought it was like a coat or like a jacket or something, or a suit or something, but it is the vest. And he puts it in the left side underneath. And again, I thought that was like metaphorical, like him hiding away his past self, like because he's putting like his old hand's glove like into there. But now I'm wondering, like, is that like Seiroku's glove or something? Maybe. Really interesting. Really, really interesting. Because yeah, he put it in the left side, and then here he has his hands on the left side. So that's quite curious Wow. Oh my gosh, man, this is such an interesting anime. Like I said, I'm so sad that it seems like so many people are sleeping on this because it's really interesting and really good so far. At least in my opinion, I'm really enjoying it. I also just love Inako and her friends. Like they are so freaking cute. I just adore them. Like they're so supportive, you know? Like and I feel so bad for Kihachi that he believes in himself so little, you know. He's like, oh, like never mind, like it's these ideas are stupid, you know. And I mean, I get it, like it can be hard to show ideas to people, you know, because of course you're gonna be a little bit worried about like, oh god, what if they think it's like really dumb, or but yeah, he's like, no, it's worthless, it's just doodles. But they all see potential in it, you know? They all see potential. And this part is so ironic too, like he would never take such childish doodles seriously, but he took them so seriously. Seiroku cherished those doodles, man. He absolutely took them seriously. Those doodles were his vision for the future. So it's really ironic that Kihachi says this right here. And this was also really cool to see this little shot of Inako's mom. I'm curious if we'll see sort of more little flashbacks of her throughout the anime, but also this was so funny, bro. Suzu is my goat. Like, oh my god, like she is so freaking funny. Like, oh my gosh, dude, she's so nimble. She has everything they need whenever they need it. Like, W Suzu, man. I know this is interesting. So, catalog smells like my mother, but I do wonder, like, how did her mother wind up with it? Is it just because her sister had it? Like, did Seiroku wind up meeting Inako's mom? Like, that was really interesting. Yeah, and then here's my girl Suzu, yet again, coming in clutch. She just has, like, a random freaking tin of ashes on her. Like, who is this woman? What is this sorcery? I love her, though. She's so cool. And she's so smart too. Like, oh my god, she was like, I know exactly what we need, and she was so right. And I'm so happy that Kihachi was able to see this, because I think he really feels like kind of abandoned by Seiroku, and he probably feels like, man, like Seiroku never came back, he never left anything behind, but he did leave something behind for Kihachi. He left this behind for Kihachi. He left, I guess, sort of like a letter or sort of like hints for Kihachi in order to help Kihachi make his dreams come to life. And I feel like, once again, I feel like the reason Seiroku wrote it the way that he did is because he felt like Kihachi would understand it, because these are Kihachi's ideas, you know? I think he wants Kihachi to be the one that ushers in the age of electricity, because he loves Kihachi's ideas and he loves his creativity and his imagination. And so he took the time to give him little hints in order to help him achieve his dreams and his goals and his vision for the world of electricity. So this is so cool. And I mean, yeah, you can really see Kihachi's insecurity in himself showing through here. Like, even when he's looking at Seiroku's literal handwriting, he's like, no, I don't believe it. And then he's like, well, he might have just written some nonsense in here just to make fun of me. Like, it's so like funny in a way, but like so ironic too, and sad in a way as well, because it's like, dude, literally Seiroku believed in you so much, you know? Like, he believes in himself so little, but Seiroku saw so much potential and believed in him so freaking much. And this scene, the lighting, you guys know how I love my lighting. This scene lighting was immaculate. Like, I love what they're doing here, because I feel like Kihachi from the beginning is somebody who has kind of needed someone to believe in him, which is Inako, and has kind of needed someone to give him a push, which is Inako. And look at what's happening. We're in the shadow, and Inako is literally pushing him into the light. And she is stepping into the light with him. Like, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love the lighting on that scene. That is so smart. It's amazing how sometimes lighting can say so much by saying so little, you know? Like, beautiful. And yeah, this was really fun too, to watch all of these scenes of them like trying to puzzle this out and working hard and testing different things and trial and error, because that's so much of the process, especially when you're trying to do something as big as ushering in the age of electricity. It's going to be a lot of trial and error and a lot of work and a lot of sleepless nights, you know, so I really enjoyed that little sequence. But yeah, I think Kihachi finally gets it. Like, he wants you to figure out the rest on your own, because like, these are your ideas, you know? He's trying to help you make your ideas come to life. And this is kind of sweet too. Like, I want to help you believe in your brother. You know, Kyoachi's like, why would you want to help me? She says, I want to help you believe in your brother in the same way that he believed in you. Like, I feel like Inako sees it. I feel like Inako sees that Seiroku really believed in Kyoachi. And it just makes me love her that much more. But yeah, this was also cool to see them like blowing glass, you know, and I like how some of the light bulbs at first looked like super scuffed, you know, because it's like they probably don't all have like, you know, innate glass blowing skills. So it's like, of course, they're going to look a little scuffed at first. But then it's like they start to get the hang of it, you know? It's so cool to watch this whole process unfolding. And I love how Inako's friends are helping, but yeah, I like how the light bulbs were all really scuffed. And trial and error and trial and error and trial and error, and you just keep going until you get something out of it, you know? And I love this whole entire ending sequence because it's like, as much as Yosuke insists that, oh no, there's no way this is true, like, absolutely not. I didn't see any of Seiroku's brilliance in Kihachi's doodles. And again, it's like so ironic because Seiroku saw so much brilliance in Kihachi, but I think that like for Yosuke, he's probably thinking more of technical brilliance, whereas Seiroku really valued Kihachi's imaginative brilliance. But anyways, it's kind of funny how he's like, yeah, well, like whatever, this is just a stupid prank, but at the same time, he cannot resist the temptation. Like, he still gets completely lured in by the light. He's like, no, let's go. And then he's like, no, fine. Like, I actually do have to see. Like, as much as he tries to pretend like he's not interested and that it's stupid, like, at the end of the day, this whole idea of electricity was such an intriguing concept to him that he can't bring himself to actually leave without... And dude, what a cool shot of Kyoachi just standing there with the light bulb, like in a freaking power stance, you know? And once again, lighting is super cool to see him walking in and looking at this like beautiful glowing lights. And this is also super cute how she's just like turning the thing with a little smile on her face. She's adorable. But also, yeah, I really want to know more about like how Yosuke saw his relationship with Seiroku and like why Seiroku specifically was so important to him. Like, was it just the electricity thing, or did Seiroku give him like a sense of kindness and familiarity that he maybe didn't feel in his family? You know, like Seiroku seemed like a very kind and accepting person, so maybe he didn't feel accepted by his family, so he just kind of latched on to that goodness and that kindness and that warmth that Seiroku seems to just naturally have. Because it's really interesting how he's like, wait, no, this can't be, like he and I were supposed to do this together. Like, this was supposed to be our thing. And it's like, bro, that's Seiroku's literal brother, man. Like, but it's like the world is freaking collapsing for him because he didn't get to fulfill this promise with Seiroku. Like, he thought it was specifically going to be him and Seiroku. And again, it makes me really interested to learn more about his specific feelings towards Seiroku. And then I also love this line, like, what good is this tiny speck of a light? And for me, it really just emphasizes the title of the show, Sparks of Tomorrow. Like, a spark is a pretty tiny light too, but that's all it takes sometimes. You know, you just need that one little spark, that spark of inspiration to start it all off. And then before you know it, you're going to be making like a freaking light bulb moon, you know? And yeah, I love this. Like, the future he sees, the full moon hasn't risen just yet, and like, you're about to see the future that Seiroku sees. You're about to see it right now. This is the future that Seiroku sees, is Kihachi's future. And then, oh, this moment was so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Like, the whole way this was illustrated, everything about this I just absolutely loved because once again, it reminded me so much of episode 1, and I'll go to that scene in just a second here, but reminds me so much of episode 1, and I feel like episode 1 was kind of foreshadowing this moment, you know? Like, I think this is what Kihachi was maybe envisioning when he had that moment as a child back in episode 1. Because yeah, it's like right here where Kihachi is just seeing these lights that Seiroku had in the trees, and it's so beautiful to him. Like, I think this is Kihachi's spark, you know? I think this is the spark that was lit for Kihachi, but then you see it's like a glowing moon, right? Like, that's so cool. That's so cool that it was sort of foreshadowed. Like, this is the future he saw. He saw this big, bright, glowing electric moon. Like, so cool. That's so freaking cool. And I also love how it's drawn with these sort of like strings and lines in it as he's looking at the string lights, because once again it feels like this is part of what lit the spark in him. Like, this was part of his imagination, you know? It's kind of got like a similar vibe to all of these strings like looping around and stuff. And yeah, this was gorgeous. Like, what I love how they drew this. Like, oh, so beautiful. So gorgeous, man. And it's so cool to see a dream that he had when he was a child come to life. You know, like, this was a vision that he had when he was so young. And oh my god, like, Yosuke is just losing his absolute shit. It's like too brilliant. It's like blinding. Yeah. And I like how Kengo is like the bike guy again, because he was the bike guy in episode 1, but it's also so cool to see the way he looks up and the light kind of expands on his face and he just looks so like wonderstruck. And I love seeing the Inako's eyes on it. Like, that's so gorgeous. And for him too, like I love the little tears in his eyes because he had that when he was a child too. It really, for him, it probably really is like seeing that vision that he had all those years ago coming to life right in front of him. And that must be a really beautiful thing and a really beautiful experience. Like, it looks so similar to what he saw earlier. And I love this because, I mean, at least for me, it was kind of like a metaphor for his mind, or like how he's been feeling. Like, he kind of felt like he was alone in the dark, and he kind of felt like he was fighting off all these demons in a way. But it's like, now he has some hope. Now he has some hope for the future. Now he has some hope for his own ideas and his own creations. And it's like, we have this light now, and we're banishing our demons, you know? Like, this was really cool, and we're banishing them with light, with electricity. Like, that's so cool, you know? I love how they showed that. That's at least how I interpreted it personally. And then once again, we have this like very specific art style sort of just portraying all of Kihachi's ideas for the future, all of his thoughts. And it's so cool. Like, I just love the way Kihachi looks in this scene, you know? Aren't these long night? Yeah. Like, that's so cool. And then the birds converging into this like blob of yellow, kind of like this full moon, like very, very cool. And then this was so sweet right here. Let's make the contents of this catalog a reality. Yep. Kihachi. And I will say too, like, if Seiroku had come back, like, oh my god, we for sure would have had the Age of Electricity, because again, I feel like he was really good with the technical stuff, but Kihachi has like all of these brilliant ideas, and they would have been like the dream team. I'm just saying, you know, like, I feel like they would have been able to create so much cool stuff. But obviously Seiroku has left hints for Kihachi, and I really do hope that Kihachi will now be able to figure some of this stuff out on his own and, you know, carry this dream forward into the future. But what a lovely scene, man. Like, oh. And this was really cool too, the way they did the eye, where it's like, you see, once again, there's like a contrast between hope and despair. Like, you see Kihachi reflected in Seiroku's eye, and it's like he finally looks a little bit hopeful. Yeah, like he's looking at Seiroku, and Seiroku's looking at Kihachi, and Kihachi looks sort of surprised, but he also looks, there's this look of, like, at least to me, like, holy crap, like, Seiroku really believes in me. And then for Yosuke, it's despair. It was supposed to be our thing. And it's also, again, like, I just love the contrast in this, because it's like, for so many other people who are witnessing this whole like full moon, electric full moon with the light bulbs thing, it's like incredible, it's wonderful, it's so amazing. But for Yosuke, like, it doesn't bring him any light. it like plunges him into the darkness. It's just so interesting, you know, like, it's a literal bright gigantic light, but for Yosuke, it's like his whole world has gone dark. This is fascinating. I hate you. Fascinating. I cannot wait to learn more about, like, his own perception of his relationship with Seiroku, or like what he thought of Seiroku, why Seiroku specifically was so important to him. You know, like I kind of wonder more about his family background and what specifically about Seiroku made him like so incredibly obsessed with Seiroku. But wow, what fascinating, dude. So fascinating. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like I said, I love this series. I think it's incredible. I hope that more people will start watching it because I think it's been fantastic so far. I mean, like, what do I know? It's just my opinion, but I think it's been great so far. And I think it deserves more recognition. You know, I feel like this show thus far has been a bit underappreciated, and that does make me sad because I mean it's KyoAni's like gorgeous art style and animation, and I love I love the way that we're playing with art styles and textures, and I think it's just really unique. And I also really enjoy the fact that like the story kind of initially sets it up as like, oh, this Mizoe guy is totally gonna be the antagonist because he's gonna want to be like keeping his control over the steam industry, and Kihachi wants electricity, but it turns out like they're on the same side, but then like they're also not because Yosuke freaking hates Kihachi because he wanted to be the one to accomplish this dream with Seiroku. And ironically, I'm kind of thinking that it might wind up being like Kihachi and Yosuke perhaps that sort of wind up carrying this dream forward, you know, like the two people who made promises with Seiroku might be the two people who wind up like working together to make this dream into a reality. But anyways, I think that's all I have to say about the episode, but I do hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye! Alrighty, and as always, it is time for our legend tier shoutouts. So, shout out to Abel Dark Rider, Savior of Nern, Gabriel Weiss, Ramune Ram, Ryan, Mikhail Mazareth, and Jet Cox. Thank you all so much for being absolute freaking legends. I really do appreciate ya. And on to the rest of the shoutouts.